If you're looking for quality designs, look no further than Bradley Shaw Designs. Bradley Shaw Designs can design anything from wraps, banners, posters, promotional items, and more. Bradley Shaw Designs is the exclusive digital graphics partner of the Renegade Monster Truck Tour and Route 2 Motorsports. If you're looking for more information, please check out www.bradleyshawdesigns.com.
This isn't your typical motorsports podcast. You're listening to Crush This, a monster truck podcast presented by High Octane Coffee and J Concepts. A show where we take you inside the minds of your favorite drivers, past and present, of the monster truck industry. And now, your hosts, Brad Shaw and Dan Chichagash. Buckle in. The show starts now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Crush This, a Monster Truck Podcast, presented by High Octane Coffee and J Concepts. Also like to thank Back Channel Productions, 6B Apparel, JB Scale Graphics, and Marty Garza's Monster Truck Technology, and Bradley Shaw Designs, which you just saw earlier. And right now, we're just giving a little intro. What's going on, folks? Right now, for me, for Hall Brothers, we are right now getting stuff ready to go. Drove a little bit of the Monster Tank. It was pretty cool, not gonna lie. Some good history. We're getting ready for November 7th at Tri-County Speedway. We are going to be doing a show there with Bigfoot and a couple other monster trucks and a fun time around. Brad is right now flying to Philadelphia, I believe. This weekend, October 24th, will be a Lincoln Speedway. I don't know exactly the area, but we are going to, he's going to be there for the Renegade Monster Truck Tour. He designed and did everything like that. So it's pretty cool. Also want to let you guys know, $100 a pop crew shirts. They are legit by 6B. We have a couple people that bought these uniforms. We're waiting for them to post it and share it. So you guys know for a fact that we do that. Under the collar t-shirts, $28 a pop. If we reach about 25, we make a new design. That's it for news and regulations. And we'll do the intro here because Brad's right now somewhere else. But this one, this guy, pretty cool cat. He just won, I think, the King of the Hill in Springfield this summer. But he was with me for a while during the first quarter. Our teams were together during AT4, and it was some fun times. He was part of the group that there's a cool photo that one of our crew guys, Anthony from Gravedigger, took a GoPro and put it underwater and took a picture of all of us underwater. This boy also fell on his butt in the winter. So we have some good times, good stories to tell. But he was going for, I believe, the Rookie of the Year for Monster Jam. But this year's Rookie of the Year is COVID. So he's laughing in the background. But I'll bring him out right now. That's Mr. Zack Garner, the driver of the Wild Side Monster Truck. What's going on, Zach?
How's it going?
Not much. Just talking about our time at that hotel area when we're between Hartford and Worcester. Yeah, I love that.
It was definitely a great time there.
Right.
One of the highlights of the whole tour right there, I'd say.
Right? I can't believe we didn't get kicked out. That was crazy. But yeah, because so I guess I gotta let everyone tell the story. But we had a show in the schedule between Hartford, Connecticut, and Worcester, Massachusetts, and between the two, between the two, it was like what, an hour, only maybe 40 hour and a half.
Give or take, if that, maybe
So
45 minutes.
it was a short trip. So we had to drive and drop off. It was me, oh my gosh, Kurt and Mitch. And we were
Yes.
basically taking all the rigs to basically the University of Yukon, Connecticut's football stadium, dropping the trailers off, and we would, either chill or go to the Holiday Inn. That's where we're staying at. Right next to the football stadium was actually a Cabela's, and we basically hung out there. We found out there was a cooler that I actually could fit inside. And we were walking around, but anyway, we were pretty much bored with Cabela's, and our boss was cool enough to go, "You want to stay at the hotel? Go ahead." Okay, we'll do it. And everyone was there, so we were all hanging out, playing music, and the swimming pool was heated. Sweet. And we're all hanging out, and there was a bunch of like lawn chairs type deal, patio furniture, and we just threw it in the water and put it in there, and then whose idea was it to actually screen went black, to put all the furniture, to take the picture? Was it Anthony?
I think so. I know I was the first one to put a chair in because I was just bored and tired of standing in the water, so I sat down.
Right.
Really?
So we did that, and then we were trying to figure out how we would hold our breath and open our eyes, because the chlorine was strong. So we went ahead and we sat down and took the picture. Nuge just said, "Where's my invite to the pool pic?" Well, you were at home, so yeah, we couldn't invite you because you're at home, right?
If you were closer, you could have came.
Yeah, I mean, you were closer than anyone else, Nuge. Don't you have a driver's license? It'd been kind of nice. But anyway, enough of that. That was cool. We'll talk more about the AT4 tour, but let's talk about it. I mean, your dad got your dad, if everyone knows, drives overboard, the one that created this whole team. But what got you kind of intrigued by it? Did you want to do monster trucks, or was it just a flow of things?
Honestly, I've been wanting to drive since I was like in first grade, and then Dad finally bought one. I don't know what year he finally got one. I think it was 2012 or 2013. So then I just started helping, and then I finally worked my way up into driving. Then after that, it's just kind of went from there. It's just like a dream come true for me.
But prior to that, you did a lot of, people may not know, you did a lot of ATV racing. Just to talk about that, like you did a lot of outdoor racing in general, correct?
Correct. I started out in a junior dragster, doing drag strip racing. And then I kind of got bored of going straight, so then we did the cross country on quads. Still doing that, actually. Did one last weekend, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Had to kill time to come out.
So that's a little bit different than the flat track, and I guess like kind of like the motocross type deal. Or do you still have to hit jumps and stuff like that? Like, explain about what your style of like quad racing is, I guess.
I mean, there is still jumps and all that, but it's mostly just through the woods, through open field sections, pig hills, creek crossings, just kind of whatever you see in like a cross country type setting.
Nice. Well, I guess that's pretty cool. So you did start off. So you started working with your dad a little bit on the monster truck side, and his team expanded and stuff, and he hired, he has Colvinard helping him out, and then during the summertime, I guess Deidre drives the Miss Overboard and stuff like that. So do you remember when you finally agreements with your dad and be like, okay, let's put me in a seat and let's do this?
Actually, it was his idea to put me in the seat first. We were at one of Elliot's shows after the show, and he's like, "You want to jump it?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I got in it and hit a couple jumps, and after that, it was just kind of set in stone.
So how was it the first time driving? Brad always asks the question saying, did you get massive air, or did you think you get massive air, or it's like, you only got like 3 feet?
I mean, honestly, my first time, it was okay. I guess hit the racing lane a couple times, then hit the bigger stack there at Ionia. It feels like you're going huge, but honestly, I don't even know how high I got, honestly.
So, you get to that, and then you start going the flow of things. When did your dad finally, do you remember the time your dad goes, okay, you're going to do a show?
I think it was 2018 now. Ionia Free Fair for Monster Truck Throwdown was my very first show. So I had to dig the wheelies out and actually put all the corners and everything else back on that we stole and used to build Cole's truck. So that was pretty entertaining.
So how was that Willie's truck? I know John Zimmer Jr. is now driving it. Compared to, when you first drive it, the cage is completely narrow, completely different than what you drive now. The truck that you drive now is exactly kind of similar to what Cole, your dad, and DJ drives, but the wheelies has always been the kind of like the beginning level of what your team is. I guess you would say if you're new driving, it seems like the wheelies is always that truck. But the longevity and the history of that truck, clear back to where the parents were driving it, it has a lot of success. Now, for you going back, you're not new now, but when you first started driving, did you have a lot of trust in that truck, even in the start of it?
I had like full trusting all that with it because I watched my dad roll it however many times he rolled it and do all kinds of stupid stuff in it. And I was like, my little self ain't going to get hurt in that, so I just kind of trusted it. Honestly, compared to my new truck, there's really not much difference besides for the chassis now. Just the cages. That's the really only thing different. Honestly, I think that one drove better.
Really?
Yes.
Just because of just how it handles and how the abuse it takes and stuff like that. But, we're going to fast forward just a little bit more. Your career is short-lived. Anyway.
That's the truth.
No, I'm just kidding. So you're going from that truck to, I guess, I would say the Eddie chassis.
Yes.
Did you, obviously you had a quick start going with that, but your chassis kind of had a nice, good
break-in period, I'd say.
Break-in period, I guess, with Cole behind the wheel of it. But when you got behind the wheel, did you go with that truck? Did you take it to Paxton? Because I know there's a procedure maybe for Monster Jam to, trust a new, driver in their cup of tea. Right. So how was that experience?
Honestly, we took Cole's truck to that for me. I wasn't even in my truck or anything close to my setup for that. So I was in Cole's chassis with Deidre's seat. So it was just like a completely different setting for me because I was always used to driving the wheelies back then. And then this year in Albany was the very first time I ever drove my chassis.
Oh, really?
Yes, in the practice. That was the first time I ever drove it. I moved it a couple times, but that was it.
So that's the same thing with Brandon, which here's another question is we're going to the first Monster Jam season is the team, with the 3-truck team, you were kind of, a different group. You were part of the AT4 while the other 2 was in the stadium series. So how was that experience like, kind of merging together with another Monster Truck team to become a team, which later down the road, you guys became a team and kind of had the momentum of going to the top. But you know how the company is, they were going to stop it as soon as they could. But if they didn't stop it, momentum was on your side. So let's go to Albany, how was that experience going that, you didn't have the regular people that were with you?
Honestly, that was probably one of the best experiences that I've ever had in a monster truck was teaming up with the Telechkas. Just their fun, go-getting selves and their attitudes they had. It's just an absolutely great time for me. I never really feared or was nervous about hanging out with them or worrying about the truck because I knew Mitch was going to take care of it and I myself was going to help him. So honestly, it was just an overall great time. Then teaming up with Brandon, I don't think we could have had a better team for our first year.
Right on, right on. And then, so you're in Albany. You said this is the first time you're driving this truck. You're learning on the fly. There's no, okay, I messed up, I'm gonna try again. Outside of the 5-hour long practice that we had, which was longer than the show in general, but it's okay. We're on the fly.
We got used to that.
Yeah, rain, thunderstorm, we're still pitting outside. So I mean, there's a tornado coming through the parking lot.
But you're still going to pit outside.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But anyway, you're starting to go. I mean, your first show, you made it to the finals.
That is very true. It was definitely kind of weird knowing it was my first show. Never really driven that truck. And in practice, I hit the turning box first turn. Just kind of psyched myself out after that, and then make it to the finals, the very first Monster Jam event. That was something else for me right there.
And I have to also say this is like how interesting is it that your finals, I think most of the finals was between you and Raminator.
Yes.
So, how was that experience? You're lining up against a veteran driver and a guy that's been doing it as long as you've been alive. I mean, like, huh?
I think longer.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, did you get any cool experiences with like Randy Brown, Mark Hall, Darren and all them, the veteran guys? Did you get any feedback from them?
I definitely learned a lot from them, even if it was just like little things. But honestly, the first weekend there, I learned so much just from talking to Mark and Randy, just about little things like where to start slowing down for the turn, just where to turn, where to get in the gas. It was just such a big learning experience right there for me. I don't really know how else to explain it, but there's definitely some nerves lining up against Gravedigger very first round at my first show.
Right. So, and also, I believe that was your first arena show, wasn't it? So, how fast mentally you had to be knowing that the walls were going to be coming up faster than you normally would do at a regular throwdown show?
Honestly, I'd try not to even look at them because I didn't even want to get close to them. Because I knew they were watching over me like a hawk, and I was like, I can't get close to these walls.
Right on. And then, but you got normal throughout the whole season. I mean, our season cut short after halfway, but you were starting to learn more and more and more, and you're starting to get wins, and you finally got yourself. You remember you got your first overall? I don't remember because I
think it was in Worcester this first show. Yeah, the first show in Worcester.
Okay, it was your first overall, and you finally got it. And we're getting a couple people here, so I'm just gonna ask this question here: is like, the poppers and the nose wheelies and stuff like that. The cool thing about it is the transmission that you're running was really reliable, because I think you only took out one or two transmissions.
Just one
actually, yeah, for how many times you've been doing that stuff. And with that mindset, with how close the walls are and stuff like that, how did you get yourself used to doing those type of stunts without even thinking about those walls, because you know how fast they will come out?
Honestly, I did mine the exact opposite of everybody else. Everybody went off the pod. I went onto the pod, so I didn't even have to think about dealing with the walls or where they're going to try and shut me off at. So I just did that, so I was mentally more prepared for myself.
Gotcha. Now, I have the only situation that I see that you had, only issue is the trucks that you normally have, the trucks that you run, you guys do some wicked donuts.
Yes.
During first quarter, you did not have very good success on donuts.
Ain't that the truth?
It's just, it was the dirt, or was it just, the Rockwells that you're running, or
honestly, it was my motor. We didn't have the correct fuel nozzles in for the tune-up we were running. That, and we came to find out my motor started eating itself up after the second weekend. So I was only on like 6 or 7 cylinders.
Which was a good thing, because when you're in short tracks, you don't need all that power. And so you
True
don't
that.
so you don't have to break those the speed of the wheels because you're running those BKTs. So quite frankly, that was helping you out.
That it was. I mean,
I
I
know
couldn't
for a
tell
fact
that.
that you guys have some good power with those big block Chevy motors that you guys run. Probably the most horsepower Chevy motors out there. But I guess someone was watching over you.
Something along the lines, because I was just waiting on it to blow up. Because after almost every race pass or anything, my oil light would come on, so I just like get in the throttle a little bit, so just in case someone took a picture, Dad wouldn't see my oil light on and yell at me.
Which we'll go to Little Rock because that's when your dad visited you, and he
Yes,
was
he
off
did.
that weekend from the stadium tour. And was that a little bit of pressure, or did you get some positive feedback from him during the shows?
Honestly, I didn't really feel any pressure. I just thought he wasn't there and just went on with my normal routine, I guess. The only thing I ran into there with him was in racing, I exploded a planetary, and he came down to help fix it. Forgot my bowl gear, so I missed 2 wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's okay. I think everyone had their fair share of
Screw
breakage,
ups
I
there.
guess, screw ups and stuff like that. But it was still a fun tour and stuff. And you had I guess they said you had one of the saves of the year. Arena saves of the year was really
I
much a
guess so.
rollover. It was a
It really
rollover.
was mostly a rollover. I got shut off halfway over. Like,
which was cool in general. But let's talk about the tour. I mean, we had a bunch of people. You had the veterans all the way to first year drivers, but we can't really say first year because you have been driving for a while. But for Monster Jam, you were driving. That was your first year, and you have crew people left and right. I mean, how was the experience of the arena tour?
it was honestly just like one of the best experiences of my life so far. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just the people we were around all the time. It was just a great, happy environment to be in. Honestly, I didn't even think of it as Monster Jam or Monster Truck shows at that point. It was just fun. Go out there, have fun in the truck, and then not really worry about having to fix it. Then just going out and hanging out with everybody. It's just an absolute great time.
Yeah, how about the one time we all hung out and for Lindsay's birthday?
Went Axstrom. That was a great time. We almost got kicked out because Brandon and Kyle were throwing it as hard as they could. It was bouncing back.
That one lady was so into axe throwing. Like, she was telling you guys to calm down. And like she was like she was our teacher, but she was more focused on you guys and us. And I think it was me, I think Darren, Kaylin, and Randy. And no one cared about us. We probably had the lowest score out of everyone. That's what it is. But she was more focused on you guys than anything else, which was funny. Yeah, Brandon and Kyle Nuge just said Brandon and Kyle were throwing those things like baseballs.
Dude, it was outrageous. I'm over here like having to throw it two-handed and everything else. I mean, I could do it one-handed, but I had better luck sticking it in the wall with two hands, and they're just over here chucking it as hard as they could, and it's bouncing back. It's about it with that experience.
Right. And then, like we talked about with between Hartford and Worcester, it was once again, it was a fun time because we had a little bit of a day off, I guess you would say, between the two shows. I mean, how close they were, they kind of gave us a little bit of a breather, which was awesome. Not gonna lie,
Ain't that the truth?
We were all hanging out and stuff, and then the day after we went to Best Buy, and then you had to pick up something, didn't you?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I think it was Brandon. I think we had to pick up something, but well, it is what it is. But once again, I mean, a lot of people want to know what happened when COVID started, but you guys were already at Vancouver.
Yes.
And one team was missing because they were smart.
It's you guys. We were already there, tired up in the building, ready for practice. And then we got a phone call as we're on top of the ski mountain skiing and snowboarding. It kind of sucked. Went all the way 32-hour trip just to go skiing. Couldn't even ski either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I spent more time sitting in the snow than I did standing.
You at least you're trying, right?
I gave it my valiant effort. Then after that, I just got mad and went inside and sat down by the fire and warmed up.
All right. So after that, you took a hiatus. Between the last show and your first show, did you tear down the truck? Did you just basically get the truck ready to go, or just left it alone and did your own thing?
Honestly, I kind of just left it alone. We left him in the trailers for the longest time. Then we pulled him out, got him ready for our first show, which was Springfield, I believe, which was a Matt Motorsports show. Honestly, we just left him in the trailer.
So what did you do while we were in quarantine, basically?
Just hung out at the shop, worked there, helped my dad out, and honestly, we spent more time at home than we ever have, so that was kind of fun to enjoy.
Did you guys start working on Lil Zimmer's truck, converting that to his
Yes.
liking? Or?
Yeah, that's when we started that project, I'd say.
Okay. The terminal velocity?
Yeah, that was like a whole quarantine project. It was like a quarantine project that we all worked on, had a part in, so that was fun. It definitely got our mind off of the coronavirus and everything else that was going on in the world.
So I guess we'll do a little small talk question here and tell the story about how Wildside got created.
Honestly, I really have no clue. I just know it's between my dad and I call him my Uncle Elliot. My dad just loves Motley Crue, and Elliot, I guess, came up with the name while they were eating dinner one night, and that's how it got started.
Now, when you got the Wildside truck, I mean, did you have a idea of naming the truck anything else, or you just went real with the flow and just said, let's go with Wildside?
When I started driving the Willys, I figured out finally how to sign the name, and then Dad told me I was getting a new truck, so I was like, I'm just going to keep the name. He's like, you sure you don't want to change it? And I was like, no, I just figured out how to sign it. So
That's a smart move.
Based it off how I could sign it.
Yeah. From
there.
Right. And I also like to thank Zach for giving me the hookup to my RC truck.
Sweet.
Now people are gonna bombard you. Sorry about that. But I just wanted Zach had it, and I was like, well, how can I make that in an RC truck? He's like, I was like, okay. I asked Jamie, and the guy at the wrap place said, give it to me. I was like, okay. So I remember I was in Hartford. I had to go to the post office. Was like 5 blocks down from the arena, freezing cold, because I got the body and I had to send it to him. I should have just sent it to him in Hampton, but I didn't get the body yet because I didn't get the okay. But I like it, and it's pretty cool. I try to get the flags down and stuff like that, and I'm still learning how to drive this truck. You've been driving for almost 3 or 4 years, and you can't even drive my hot seat truck. You have to destroy it. I mean, yeah. That's okay. He's a good guy. And John part of JB Scale Graphics does some awesome detail and printout work. He did my hot seat truck, and it came out pretty cool. But whatever, John. I'm still learning. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I should say that. I hate myself. I hate the game. I don't hate the game, but hopefully this weekend, we'll be able to race this weekend. But how cool is that to see, like people recreating your truck? Maybe it's a different wrap from someone else that wraps that truck. Different types of RC Wildside trucks.
Honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so cool to me. Just knowing that I did, I guess, such a good job that people actually liked my truck. I had the help of Taylor Andes from Jam's Custom to design my truck, actually. So it was basically 2 18-year-old kids just having fun, and that's what he came up with. And just to think that people actually like my type of designs, I guess, is pretty sweet. And my ideas, definitely.
There's
different.
actually one show, and I want you to tell the story on this. There was only one time that the lettering was different colors. It was what? Instead of white, it was green. So
Yes,
I
it was.
think that was Kansas, wasn't it?
I think it was Kansas.
Wichita went from white and green.
Yeah,
So
because
what's
it
the
was where I
story?
blew a tire.
Yeah.
So my dad saw pictures of my truck from on the Monster Jam website. And it's like, you can't really read the wild and wild side. So I'm going to make it even brighter. And I was like, okay, make it like a different orange or maybe even a white. What's he do? Goes out and has the brightest lime green and yellow printed and puts it on the truck. And I was like, that is so ugly. It didn't even take me a weekend before I ripped it off and just kind of threw it away before he showed up to Little Rock.
Oh, nice. Good job, Zach. But I was about to say that body lasted you a while. It wasn't until just recently where oh yeah, at shoot,
It
near
was
Chicago.
Sycamore, Illinois.
That was that same body that you ran off first quarter. So
Yeah,
let's talk about your summer. Your summer has been really successful for just all this COVID and stuff like that. But the shows that you guys been doing, you've been pretty successful on what you've been doing. And let's talk about that Springfield, all the way to your second Springfield where you won King of the Hill.
honestly, summertime has been great for me. I don't really know how to explain it because
It's hard for you to explain everything.
It is, yes. I've just honestly been going out there and having fun and not really thinking about trying to win or anything. But like starting at the first Springfield, went out and had some okay poppers and did a decent donut, and then just went up from there. Won racing, then just going on throughout the summer, started winning more, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Then we got to Springfield, the second show, and it was a decent points battle between me, my dad, and Cole Vennard. And Dad blew a motor in two-wheel the first day, so he didn't compete. No, it was the second day. Blew the motor going out for two-wheel. So that was, yeah. Then I had to take his spot in freestyle, and that was pretty nerve-wracking. Going last in freestyle. Then won King of Springfield.
Right.
That's honestly probably been the highlight of my summer, besides winning freestyle at Miami, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. And you also we're doing a lot of big events like in Miami and Springfield, but you're also doing some throwdown shows. How are they going? I know throwdown shows are a lot ease back, not easy, but it was fun.
It was
But
fun.
you're still getting a lot of driving time throughout the whole summer, and how is it driving back? I guess you say home.
Honestly, it's been great. I guess the driving times definitely helped me because I've been winning, I guess, and doing better than what I did before. So the driving time definitely helps. And then just getting to do shows with my dad, that's pretty fun to me. That's really what I enjoy the most.
He put his 2 cents in, and he said, "How is it to know your dad outjumped you at Miami?"
We've literally just talked about this before this podcast started. We were talking about it for a good solid 10 minutes. I guess it feels. I don't even.
Something. I feel some sauce.
Well, just know you almost got outjumped by a 19-year-old dad, so that's something, I guess.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's see. I got a couple of questions for you here, and one of them. Let's see. I got a lot of hard-hitting questions. I know Scott Bryant. This is a question about Wild Side's wheelies and the Wild Side, your current truck. And he said, what's the main difference in how the different trucks feel?
Honestly, the Willys was a narrower truck, so it turned a lot better and faster for me. It definitely turned a lot better and all that. Hi, Dad.
You know the best part about all this? So
Yeah.
when Free comes around, he always goes in front of me because he's a rookie. So I can watch him jump So if he jumps like 20 feet, maybe 20 feet out, I make sure I do 25 or 28 feet and 30 feet out, just to outdo him, just to make him feel bad when we works out pretty good.
Nice.
Face is right there, Cheech.
Yeah,
Watch.
he's watching you.
He
But
is.
back to the
Back to his question.
yeah.
There's definitely a lot of differences, but at the same time, they're almost identical because Dad set the Willys up to how he liked it. Somehow I liked it, and I don't really know how, but the new truck, it's definitely a lot wider. It handles better, but I had more fun driving the Willys. I felt like drove better. But handling is definitely got to go to the new truck. It's got different shock package, like 3-inch accumulators, and just all that new high-tech stuff that the Willys didn't.
And also the truck's wider. Your new one,
Fair.
right? So what's the same axles and everything, right? Or is just
Different housings. The Willys had 43-inch housings when I drove it, and now the new truck's got 45s.
Gotcha. And so we're gonna go a little bit nostalgia here. Let's see here. I just saw his question. Oh, Chris Killenberg. I'm sorry for screwing up. Who's your favorite old school driver and truck?
Ooh, honestly, I'd probably have to say Wildfoot. That was definitely my favorite.
So
Don't know why.
So prior to your dad getting the truck, did you always go to shows like the Lucas Oil Stadium show? Maybe the jamborees. Like, did you go to shows prior to that when you were younger?
Yes, we went to a lot of shows. We always went to like Indy, the jamborees. Actually, the jamborees, we'd always take our wreckers out there and help out. But I think the ones that really made or broke me, I guess, so to say, was in first grade, we started going to the World Finals in Vegas. So that's kind of like pretty awesome to be a first grader out in Vegas.
Right on. And Dawson Reyes wants to say you want to race, Zach.
Yeah, Dawson, we can race.
Yeah, we race. He's straight up calling. Now, there we go. We're asking Rockwell Onside Racing, wherever you guys meet up. Hey, Woody messaged you. He said he's a rising star. Look out, world.
Thanks, Woody. Hope you guys are doing great out there in Florida. We miss y'all.
Right on. Yeah, him and Anthony. Those guys. Him. I'm sorry. I had to give some love to Tristan too. That guy was
Junior.
Yeah, buddy. So we're gonna go back to AT4. I want to know the story about this Traxxas Slash that you bought, because it seems like every single time you ran that thing, you wanted to jump it off the dumbest stuff in the world that could easily break that thing, but the thing just kept on going. Like, here's a quick story, people. When it was me, Zach, and Brandon, and his brother Mitch, we were walking around. We find the most unique stuff in the world. We were in Hartford. We found a bunch of hockey sticks and hockey pucks and basketball. And we started shooting hockey pucks and stuff like that. We find an empty pool, like Woody said. We're at Worcester, and we found more hockey sticks. No, wait. I think you guys took some, didn't you?
No, we borrowed.
We found some more hockey sticks and stuff, and then we're, going ahead and playing some hockey, and then here comes the Traxxas Slash going. So what got you there? You just got it just to get it?
It was kind of like a spur of the moment. Anthony and Woody actually bought some little cars, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll get one." Walked in to get what they had, and saw Slash, and kind of bought it. Probably shouldn't have, but I did.
It's still around, isn't it?
It is. It's broken. Finally broke after hitting the freestyle motocross jump and just destroying that truck. Unfortunately,
we knew it. Well, anyway, Nuge. Remember Mike Nuge? There he is.
I do.
He said, "Where's my T-shirt at?"
Ooh, that's tough. Now I don't know. It's probably as soon as you stop wearing overboard. Maybe I'll send you one then.
or what else? Bad Company shirts.
Yeah, basically everything but ours, right, Cheech?
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. I had to sell all my T-shirts. All the T-shirts that I have are from the team I'm on. But people are giving shout outs about Wildfoot and how cool is that? And so, what's your next event, basically?
Our next event is this weekend in Wheatland, Missouri for Matt Motorsports at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of my biggest shows so far, I'd say, besides Miami and all that. Definitely one of my bigger shows. Cody Saucier, John Gordon, all the big names are going to be there for the Independents.
Gonna rock it out?
I don't know yet. I guess we'll figure out what kind of mood I'm in when I get there and what kind of mojo I'm rocking with.
About Tristan.
There's Yoho.
So yeah, buddy. So since your dad's on here, let's say your personal trucks are what we like. Tell about that. What's your love with the Ram trucks?
I actually have two of them. I got a 2nd gen Dodge and a 4th gen Dodge, and they're daily drivers. So I just like the Dodges. I've always had a connection with them, with the Cummins motors and all that. So I wish Dad would give me a Dodge body for my monster truck. That'd be pretty sweet.
Just saying.
Yeah, I just want to be different from the rest of the team, So
right.
You could buy me one, Dad. That could be my Christmas present.
Oh my gosh! Then Tim's gonna get a call, and then we have to drop a Hemi in there, and then.
I can't handle the Hemi. I can barely handle the Richard Midget motor.
Yeah, stick with her. Actually, Richard makes some good motors. I'll tell you that much. They're reliable.
Very good.
But yeah, if Jamie needs to find a body, well, yeah, I think he knows someone. So
I think we might know a couple people.
Yeah, you may know a couple people across the state. But so like you said, you also go to those meets, don't you? There's some meet and greets around Indianapolis. I always see it.
Something like that. I kind of just go to look at the cars and all that are there. There's really never any trucks, I guess. It's more like cars. I like just looking at the little racers, I guess you could call them. I like the turbo cars the best. They make cool noises. Something like that.
Right. So, we got some hard-hitting questions for you. It's not really hard-hitting, but they're just good. So, as of right now, what was the coolest thing that you have crushed?
Ooh, that's honestly probably a boat. I did in Bergeron's backyard at Bergeron Jam. It's a boat.
What? Bergeron Jam? What's
yeah,
the story?
Chris always put on a show for his church in his backyard. There was always 4 trucks. Last time I think it was me and Deidre. I was in the Willies. There's just a boat, so I hit the boat.
Nice. So also, if you had a choice to line up against anyone past or current, who would that be?
Either Dan Runte or Andy Brass.
So were you a Bigfoot fan?
Not maybe.
I just feel like you were talking about the Bigfoot one. So still, is it have you done any shows with those guys yet?
I have not myself.
Oh, really?
They're just kind of crewed with Dad at a couple that they ran, but I never really drove with any of them.
Gotcha. So is that pretty much a check mark for you in your driving career, is to line up against a foot truck?
Yeah, probably would be. Probably be pretty up there on my list.
Nice.
Definitely say racing Kohler at Medina last year is pretty high on my list.
Okay, yeah. So what has been your kind of favorite tracks that you've been to?
Ooh, there's been a few. I think Worcester was one. The second Springfield, they're basically the same tracks. And Miami and Medina, Ohio were definitely some of my favorites.
So is there any tracks that you like to go to?
Wheatland's going to be one of them, and honestly, Bristol.
Bristol? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nuge wanted to know who was your favorite SF from ATF.
Oh, my favorite super fan. I don't know if it was Nug or Nate at this point. They're both. You guys are about even. I can't choose. Both my favorite super fans.
Well, I know Nate loved you because he even called out the boss on it. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, every time I drove through the tunnel, he'd always fist bump me. Every time. I don't know if he gave my tired knuckles or something, but he fist bumped me every time I went on the track.
Man. All right, so we got CJ Kelly, and he said, hey, Zach, I worked at the same show as you in Hartford, Connecticut early this year. What's your best advice to an aspiring driver who is already involved with the sport?
Honestly, I'd probably say UNOH. They have some pretty good opportunities there and get you into driving or start helping out your local independent teams. Start working your way up from crew and maybe get into a driver's seat.
Nuge was talking about he's 10 times better than Nate, or you don't forget that.
I don't know. Nate helped me flip over my slash a couple times there, Nug. Just a couple times.
I think most of the times you flipped over was caused by me.
It's very possible. You might have kicked it a couple times.
Dang truck. Let's see. Another Wayne said Dan Rente seemed to be one guy that a lot of people would pick to line up against. He's a Bigfoot fan as well, so I guess that's more of a statement, but it is what it is. What, as of right now, what is the coolest merchandise or gift that was given to you or have signed?
Shoot, honestly, I don't even know. Probably like all the drawings I got from first quarter were pretty sweet. Those were probably the best things I've gotten so far. Just
Have you got
yeah.
any letters or anything like that?
No, I just got a bunch of drawings. Those are pretty awesome. Knowing that kids took the time out of their day to draw me something.
Well, Nuge and Nathan, if you guys are watching this, write them a letter. Be the first one. Then you guys would definitely be number one.
Especially you, Nug.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh, you're gonna hear it from him. I'm just waiting for.
I'm gonna get a letter in the mail next week after we get back from Wheatland.
Nice. So when you prepare for a show, like, okay, so first quarter, you're mostly going to go after, or you have a game plan with the track itself. But when you're in the summertime, you know, you're going to hit a major, like Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland. How do you get yourself focused on, going, okay, I can do this and that, and then, get your game plan going?
Honestly, I kind of just sit there and think about what I want to hit first and hit my first obstacle. And after that, everything just kind of happens with whatever I line up with after the truck bounces. I don't really get a game plan, I guess. I just kind of go with the flow.
How about for two-wheel?
Two-wheel, I normally try and do my 2 poppers and a donut during the summer. I've been trying to get my poppers down. Those were kind of a tough trick for me during first quarter. I think I'm finally starting to figure them out.
Do you have a game plan if the popper doesn't do what you need to do, like a fail?
Yeah, I normally try and find, I guess, my best wheelie option and see if I can do old school bumper dragger off of it. And it normally never happens that way, but
Nuge said he's gonna write a love letter that will win your heart.
That's tough, Nug. That's tough. I'll be waiting for it. Text me if you need my address. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, Woody goes, you just wing it all the time, buddy.
That's basically how I drive, just kind of winging, hope for the best.
Pretty
basically
much.
my driving style is just winging, have fun.
But another one was from Chris. I think I asked this question because he said Wildfoot, so it's Andy Brass, Chris.
Yep.
He said that earlier. He liked the Wildfoot truck. I guess it'll be more detailed. We always ask the question saying if there was a old school monster truck you wanted to drive, like you outside of the wild side truck or the trucks that your dad owns, what would that truck be?
Honestly, probably Fred Schaefer Barefoot from the Penda days.
Okay, so the red one.
Yes, the red one.
You just want to drive the rocket ship.
Something like that. I just thought it was always sweet how he had a clutch pedal in it. There was just something else to me. I could never grasp my head around that.
A lot of the trucks back then with that ran the Hemi motors normally had the clutch on it too. And those things, like Fred was telling me one time how he controlled the truck was through that clutch pedal. It wasn't, the gas pedal. When he's idling or moving from one place to the other, he was working on the clutch, which is pretty cool. So, okay, so I didn't really ask the really important hard-coding questions, but Brandon Culpepper Jr., Senior, third, fourth, Niner, always asks this question, and he always asked it. So, what's your favorite pie?
Pie? Honestly, I don't really eat pie unless you consider pizza pie.
Pizza is a pie.
Probably pizza. I don't really have
Probably pizza. What's your favorite pizza pie?
Ooh, depends on the day. Kind of just got to stick with the old faithful pepperoni.
Okay, so it's a pepperoni, but where? I know you went pizza hutting all first quarter at different places.
Yes.
So where was the top spot during the short first?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we found the most hole-in-the-wall delivery pizza joint we could in Albany, and that was the best pizza I had all year. Still the best pizza so far. I don't even know what the place was called or anything. They brought it to the room, and I was like, paid them and kind of took it and didn't know what to expect from it. And we opened it as the best pizza we've ever had.
Hole in the wall. Yeah,
yes.
There was a lot of good pizza joints, I have to say. There was one in Albany that was pretty good, and then there was also one, I think, in shoot. I think at Worcester. No, between Hartford and that. I remember we ate pizza there at the hotel. Steve Lazinski. I'm going to screw up your name. Sorry, but shout out to him. He drove the Barefoot truck last weekend, which was pretty cool. He said, "What's your favorite Mexican food?"
Probably Ars Caporia. Good old grilled chicken, cheese, and rice.
Yeah. Well, my favorite is called the Polo Zappa, which is grilled chicken, rice with queso on it.
Yeah, that's basically what mine is.
Oh my gosh, are we like brothers?
I don't. Maybe.
No,
we got the same height.
Oh yeah,
about the same height,
my skin's a little darker, but we'll be all right. It is. You're so white. The lights are reflecting. Let's see here. Mason Thompson says favorite venue you have run so far. He said sorry. Just been late.
Honestly, favorite venue. Ooh, that's tough. Honestly, probably no, not even Springfield. Either Miami, Oklahoma, or the Kansas show. That was probably one of the nicest.
Wichita.
Yeah, Wichita. That arena was sweet.
So Nuge said he liked Taco Bell. Oh, whatever, man. Jr. said, "Y'all making me hungry." CJ Kelly was asking, you were talking about this earlier. Do you have a simulator for your monster trucks yet?
It's not really simulator, I guess you could say, but there's Beam and G Drive that they have a bunch of monster truck mods for. Might have been playing it before the podcast started.
Live wire. Look at that. Oh, can't get in my picture. But... All right. So another one. Let's go here. Someone's asking about, are you going to plan on hitting a backflip at Wheatland?
Ooh, I don't know. I want to, but it all just depends on what my dad says, if he'll let me or not. I want to, but I don't know if I'll be allowed.
Oh my gosh. Guess who's on? And I've been trying to get this boy on.
Brandon. What's up,
Brando?
Brando?
What's And he gave me the cheech. What's up? How's it going? Have you done any shows with him since? No.
No, I think the last show we did together was Monster Jam show, but I went up to the Elkhorn, Wisconsin show with him, hung out with him because we were bored and had nothing to do that weekend, so we drove to Wisconsin just to hang out with him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're out crewing, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Mitch is gonna be making you work. What's up, Mitch? Oh, by the way, Pecorelli said hi. I forgot about sending that.
Oh.
He said hi, Zach. Hey, miss you.
Hey, Pecorelli. We miss you too.
Yeah. All right. If my main goal in life is just to be like you, what advice can you give?
Not ask Nug questions. I don't know. I really don't know, Nug. Probably just eat Mexican food and pizza and sleep. That's about it.
Really?
Yeah, and play on your phone all day. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, you are. Or, you were you in the Nerf Wars?
I really wasn't in them. I just kind of showed up late a couple times with mine and just ended up shooting everybody. Never actually got invited to the actual Nerf War.
Yeah, and I bought Nerf Wars. I brought Nerf guns because not Nuge, but Nathan kept on stealing Randy Brown's gun. And he kept on stealing it. I was like, I'm just gonna buy you. And I went on a shopping spree and just bought a crap load of Nerf guns. It's still in trailer 5. They're underneath the drawers. So
mine's still in the trailer too.
Oh really?
Yeah, me and Brandon went, and I think I spent like $200 on Nerf guns and used them twice. Instead, we shot each other in the trailer more than we did in drivers' meetings.
That was funny when I aced that guy in the face. TJ, the motocross guy.
Yes, that was awesome.
Pecorelli was asking, what's the best advice to be not Matt Looker?
Not be Looker. I mean, that's about it, Pecker.
And what's the goal like Frank?
Ooh.
You there?
I wish I could be like Frank. Frank's awesome. Everybody loves Frank.
You there? Just kidding. You there? You're going off and on there. Let's see here. My phone's dead. I'm losing everything.
Way to go, Cheech.
Let's go. Yep, I'm losing connection.
Yep, Frank's definitely a highlight to all the throwdown shows he's at. I'm not going to lie. I did not get the...
You there?
Yeah, are you there is the question here.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, that's a good question. All right. Hello? Hey. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, then. I think we're on the same page finally, Chief.
Oh. I broke everything.
I can see that.
Someone's stealing my internet. Yeah, thanks. I don't know. Okay, we're back to normal here. Okay, so double check here. One question Wayne was talking about. How do you feel about the Charlotte Motor Speedway dirt track?
I think it'd be a fun show, but that's actually Little John's bucket list track right there, Charlotte. I think it'd be a fun show to do. It's just so much room you can do a monster truck showing, but I'd want to do it, but at the same time, I don't know if I'd want to.
Everyone's saying that I died. I broke it. I did.
You did.
You did. But anyway, any advice to be like Frank?
Ooh, I don't know. Frank's just an all-around hero, I guess. You just got to be like Frank. Everybody's got to be like Frank. That's all I got for that.
Yeah. And my other question is, do you like eggnog?
Never had it.
Good. You don't like it. Okay. So, do you want it? I don't know. Which, folks, the Tuesday before Christmas, Brad has to drink a gallon of that stuff. So he lost a bet, but it is what it is. I don't know. I got a thing. Take your hat off the Wi-Fi, Mount Cheech. Right? I guess so. Whatever. But any social media that people can follow you at?
My Instagram, Zack_XC195. It's on my sponsor panels now on the monster truck. We had our Instagrams put on there finally.
You saw the Crush This logo on there?
I do. It's right in front of it.
Nice.
I can't get rid of that. Cheech, you know that. You put it on there.
Thank you. Same thing. I was looking at one of the trucks that someone did for Brandon's Just Get Her Done, and the logo is right there on the sponsor panel. Only truck out of the whole thing that has that, which is cool. But, man, so like you said, Wheatland next week or this weekend. Any other future shows right now before we get off here?
I think that's about all of the shows we got.
Nice.
At least that I know of.
Right on. All right, man. Thank you for being on. It's been fun having you on and stuff like that, and I'll see you around.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
I know we did the first time I interviewed this boy, the interview was done in 20 minutes. I lengthened it to an hour. So much information.
Somehow, I don't know how you did it.
A lot of information, but a lot of time. But thank you once again. Thank you for Jamie for popping up too. If anyone missed that, his dad burnt him on a record on a jump at Miami. So we
you could have stayed in the living room for that one.
He's gonna hear about it afterwards, but it's all good.
Big time.
Yeah, that's all good. But once again, thank you, folks. Thank you so much. This Thursday will be Buddy Tompkins in Raising Cane. And Tuesday, we're going to have Kristen Hope, Wolf's Head. So, and I'll release after Thursday's interview with Buddy, Thursday's guest. But once again, thank you to Joey Sylvester. Happy late birthday to Joey Sylvester in High Octane Coffee and also the Bad Habit Monster Truck. J Concepts, Jason Rono, happy late birthday for you too. Good job at the RC Monster Truck Extravaganza in Connecticut. Bye, Mom. Anyway, Marty Garza's Monster Truck Technology book. Go ahead and check that out. Good Christmas present. Good birthday present. Good post COVID present. Present if you give this someone after elections. I don't know. It's a good thing to look at. JB Scale Graphics, the owner was on our comments here. That would be John, and he is officially licensed through Bigfoot, Obsessed, Bad Habit, Against the Grain, and Heavy Hitter. Go ahead and give them a shout out if you want some cool designs and wraps and decals make your RC truck look like the real deal. Okay, Dad's using my mom's phone. 6B Apparel. Take a look at this stuff right here. $100 a pop. Message me or Brad. You get this one or the New Wave. Bradley Shaw Designs. He's heading over to Lincoln Speedway on October 24th. Go ahead and check out that show, Renegade Monster Truck Show, and see those guys. Back Channel Productions. They're a group that Nick and them, they go ahead and film that stuff. So it's pretty cool. But thank you for everyone that has supported us. Thank you for all the teams like Zach and them for, allowing us to put decals on their trucks and make their trucks even look awesomer. I just made that word up.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it's my George Bush side. But make them look cooler. But no, thank you for them supporting, and hopefully people can take a look at that and be interested in our podcast. Once again, guys, Thursday will be Mr. Raising Cane himself. It's J.R. McNeil. No, I was kidding. Buddy Tompkins, and we'll be interviewing him. So our next couple of weeks is going to be pretty cool. So 2 weeks from now, that would be November 10th, we're going to interview some kick it old school people. So we're going to get that going on. So this is a Kicking Nude School episode, and the new ones, like Zach, and he's on the computer. But I'll go ahead and also show Brad's video, and then we'll sign off. So once again, folks, thank you for coming. This is Crush This Monster Truck Podcast. I keep the tire side down and the shiny side up, I think. Peace.
If you're looking for quality designs, look no further than Bradley Shaw Designs. Bradley Shaw Designs can design anything from wraps, banners, posters, promotional items, and more. Bradley Shaw Designs is the exclusive digital graphics partner of the Renegade Monster Truck Tour and Route 2 Motorsports. If you're looking for more information, please check out www.bradleyshawdesigns.com.